Welcome to Our Seniors Radio, a nonprofit dedicated to honoring our seniors by providing relevant information on senior needs. From health, wellness, and lifestyle to residential, medical, and legal, just to name a few. Our seniors and their families are able to make educated decisions and live their best life. Find them online at OurSeniors.org as well. And yes, you can become one of our seniors. Welcome aboard.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Our Seniors Radio. Thank you for joining us. And my name is Julian Cantillo. I'm the president and founder of Our Seniors Family. Okay, includes the magazine, radio, all sorts of resources, all free for seniors. Okay, and part of our radio show is to get a different guest booked every week to talk about different topics that concern seniors. Okay, and with us today, we're honored and privileged to welcome with me today Sal Passalaqua and Anne Harduk, okay, both area managers with Dignity Memorial. Thank you for being with us today. Please tell us a little bit more about Dignity Memorial.
Certainly, and Julian, thank you for having us as your guest today. As Dignity Memorial, we are the largest provider of funeral and cemetery in the world. And that may not be impressive to your listeners. However, there are some huge benefits that come to them for working with a large company. And we give back in our communities in many ways. Locally, you can find us in Flagler Beach and Palm Coast at Craig Flagler Funeral Home and Flagler Memorial Gardens. In Ormond Beach at Volusia Memorial Funeral Home and Memorial Park, and in Port Orange at Volusia Funeral Home.
Yes, thanks for having us back, Julian. And some of the ways that we give back to our local community include our Homeless Veterans Program, which provides a dignified burial at the nearest veteran cemeteries. And so far, we've been able to provide for more than 1,600 homeless or indigent veterans nationally. Our Fallen Heroes program for fire, police, and district attorneys who are killed in the line of duty pays for their funeral and cemetery services. We also provide relief to communities hit by natural disasters in the way of people, money, and needed resources to help those communities get back on their feet. We're also very involved locally in many areas through our Chambers of Commerce and Rotary, as well as other ways that we support our local community.
Other benefits that we offer to every family include our Compassion Helpline. This service provides families access to trained, licensed grief counselors who have a master's degree or higher for 13 months after they experience a loss. We can offer this in about 40 different languages, and the access to the family is provided 24 hours a day. We also offer a bereavement travel benefit, partnering with the second largest travel agency in the world. This concierge service provides the lowest cost for airfare, hotels, and rental cars, again for 13 months following a death. There are many reasons why family members need to come back to town to take care of business or close the estate. Those things don't happen in just a few days. And the family will be able to use this service every time needed within that 13 months. Although they are going to speak with travel agents, this company has a whole division that just serves our families so they know how to speak to the grieving relatives.
And Julian, another one of our dignity benefits at Dignity Memorial is we offer a free online obituary to every family, a 100% service guarantee, flexibility should you need to make adjustments to your pre-need arrangements after they are put into place, transferability anywhere in the United States, Canada, and Puerto Rico should you end up moving in the future, as well as some additional protections for our children and grandchildren under the age of 21. And when you meet with a state licensed local advisor, we'll go into detail about how each of these benefits works to serve your family.
Oh, that's excellent. That's a lot of service to the community. So far, so good, and I think this is the perfect time to take a little break, and we'll be right back with more information.
Attention seniors and their family members. OurSeniors.net is dedicated to meeting the needs of seniors in all ways. You may already know about the OurSeniors.net website and its high-quality printed magazine. Now, Our Seniors is on the radio. Tune in on Saturday mornings at 8 o'clock on WNDB 93.5 FM or 1150 AM. Each week, you'll hear a new program aimed specially at seniors. Don't miss it. Our Seniors Radio Show, Saturday mornings on WNDB.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Our Seniors Radio. And today, I thought we could focus on one aspect of many groups that you serve. Can we discuss and talk about veterans and their benefits?
Sure. Being the only funeral organization endorsed by the American Legion and the VFW, we take seriously the task to make sure we communicate with our veterans about their benefits. First, I'd like to say how much we appreciate and love our veterans. When a veteran signs up to serve, it's like they write a blank check to the United States government. They don't know how that check will be filled in. Each and every one was willing to make sacrifices, even up to laying down their life to protect us. If they were married or had a family while they were serving, those loved ones made sacrifices too. Right now, there are men and women all around our world keeping us safe. So thank you so much to all of our veterans. You probably don't hear that enough.
That's so true, Ann, and I would also like to express my thanks to all those veterans and those currently serving around the world to protect us and our freedoms here in the United States. One of our missions is to make sure that veterans and their families understand their benefits. There are so many misunderstandings that the government will take care of all the expenses associated with their funeral and cemetery, and this is simply not true.
So this would be a good time to break this down. What costs does the government cover for veterans?
Good question, Julian. If a veteran is going to be buried in a national veterans cemetery, the grave space, the grave liner, which the casket is placed into, the headstone, and the opening and closing of the grave will be paid for the veteran and their spouse as well. If the family chooses cremation, there are some veteran cemeteries who offer niches or cremation gardens for the veteran and also their spouse to include the name, the place, and opening and closing at no charge. If that's not available, grave space will be used for the veteran and spouse choosing cremation. There's also a benefit for a handicapped child that is in the family of a veteran, and the VA is financially responsible for that child to be buried with their parents. You'll also notice that all of the benefits that we have talked about have to do with the cemetery. There is still a responsibility on the family's part to pay for the funeral, which includes the care of the deceased, embalming, cremation, casket or urn, and any other services. And this is where the misunderstanding usually comes in. The government may pay up to $2,000 for these items if the death is service-related, or they'll reimburse the family up to $796 for the funeral. This number does get adjusted for inflation, but as you can imagine, $796 isn't going to cover many of the costs associated with the veteran's funeral.
So talking about the Veterans Cemetery, let's talk for a moment about the headstone that is provided and the information that goes on there. So at the Veterans Cemetery, most of them do double depth burial. There will be a marble or granite headstone at the head of the grave. Facing the grave will be the veteran's name, exactly how it is on your DD-214, your discharge papers. So if your middle name is on discharge papers, your middle name will be on there. If you've just got an initial on that DD-214, it will just be an initial. We can't change anything about the name unless you became a senior and had a junior son. We can add that on to the end. After that, you'll have your branch of service, rank if you saw any war duty, and then your dates, and the family will be able to request some additional personalized wording. On the back of that marker will be the spouse's information. So as you can imagine, those personalized words may become even more important because the spouse will probably not have all that veteran information on there. So just to keep that balance. So on the front part is the veteran, on the back side will be the spouse's information. So they will share a marker at the National Cemetery.
Wow, that is excellent information that you're giving out. And we'll continue here in just a moment. We'll take a little break and we'll be right back.
OurSeniors.net provides reliable and accurate information to serve the seniors of Florida. No matter what kind of assistance you need, from home repair to finances to buying or selling a home or considering assisted living, our team is here to help you. Our carefully chosen vendors meet our exceptionally high standards and adhere to the OurSeniors.net Code of Ethics. Want a magazine in your hands? Visit OurSeniors.net or call 386-516-3969.
Hey everyone, welcome back. Welcome back to Our Seniors Radio, okay? And we'll continue with our current guest here in a moment. We'd like to make a couple of announcements, okay? We're excited about what 2024 is bringing already. You may want to write these down, okay? And we ask that you support us to keep all the resources free, okay? We're extremely excited about gathering together going forward at Red Robin in the Pavilion in Port Orange, okay? And we're going to have 3 special dates, which are fundraisers. You can go eat anytime during those 3 days, and just mention to them that you're there to support OurSeniors.org, okay? January 24th, 2024, February 28th, 2024, and March 27th, 2024. Again, you can go anytime during those days. Just let them know that you're there to support our seniors, and they will be donating up to 20% back for anybody who is there supporting our seniors, okay? And please bring an empty belly because their burgers are phenomenal. And yes, you can eat all the fries you want, steak fries, okay? As much as you want. And in addition, we're excited because on the ongoing free lunch and learn events that we have, the first one for 2024 will be February 28th, 2024, and it's going to be the famous Dr. Q, Dr. Stephen Quinin, okay, with Metro Health. And again, the topic would be traveling in the body you have. And it's going to be on a Wednesday, and it's going to be from noon to 2 p.m. Okay, highly recommend that you try your best to go ahead and make it. You can reserve by calling 386-516-3969, extension 4. Okay, and then mark your calendars one more time. On Wednesday, March 27th, same time, noon to 2 p.m., we'll have the honor and privilege of having Anne Harduk, the area manager for Dignity Memorial, doing a presentation as well, pre-planning with Dignity Memorial. Highly recommend. We're going to have an entire huge room, okay? And you'll be able to order from the special menu. And yes, the only exception would be no drinks, okay? No Bloody Marys. We're staying away from those. But as long as you order from the menu, it'll all be included, okay? So I highly recommend, because there is a capacity, so we highly recommend that you reserve your spot as soon as you can. And since Anne is going to be the speaker on March 27th, again, we're honored and privileged to have again coming back after the break that we just took. We have Sal Passalaqua and Harduk. back with us from Dignity Memorial, and I'll continue asking questions because we're focusing on the veterans. And so what about if the veteran is not using one of the national veteran cemeteries? What costs are covered then?
Great question, Julian. With 9 veteran cemeteries in the state of Florida, many of our veterans will select burial there. However, if the desire is to provide for additional family members, the only way to do that is in a private cemetery. We have a lot of veterans buried in our cemeteries, in Palm Coast, as well as Ormond Beach. We even have some special gardens just for our veteran families. The benefits to the veteran are there is a $796 reimbursement for the plot cost. This is in addition to the $796 reimbursement for the funeral, which does get adjusted for inflation. It is a reimbursement, which of course means that the family will lay out the costs and wait to be reimbursed. Our advisors can help provide copies of all costs paid and even help a family to complete paperwork for their reimbursement, should that be helpful. In addition to that reimbursement allowance, the veteran receives a 24 by 12 inch bronze plaque. This does need to be placed on granite, and no benefit is offered for that, the vase, or the matching spouse's plaque. The family will need to pay for that. We will use the same company that manufactures the veteran marker to make the marker for the spouse, so the font and border will all match. There is also a medallion available in 3 different sizes to honor a veteran who has perhaps already chosen another type of marker. We do offer special discounts for our veterans and their spouses to honor their service, and we'll also offer a free planning book with helpful information describing their benefits, and offer to have a professional advisor review all of this with the family so that questions are answered. Just ask us for a free consultation.
Wow, that is a lot of information. What steps should veterans take before a death occurs?
Well, Julian, I would highly recommend that your audience and listeners set aside some time to come in and talk to us, because not only can we serve those veterans here locally with our 2 national cemeteries, one which is north of us in Jacksonville, the second which is south of us at Cape Canaveral in Mims. We can also service those veterans who would wish to go back to their home state to a veterans cemetery there as well. So we can service any veteran to go to any veteran cemetery within the United States. We also can help those families that wish to have their loved one interred at Arlington National Cemetery. If this is the wish that the family would have, we do have to talk to them to go over the time frame of getting into Arlington, which does take anywhere from 6 months to a year from the time we start planning to have that veteran interred at Arlington National Cemetery. We can even come to their home if that's what they want us to do and they're more comfortable in their own home. Getting the information in advance helps them to put a plan in place that provides a clear direction to the family, leaves a loving gift to remove as much burden and stress off their family as possible on what will be the worst days of their lives. We also encourage the veterans to also get a copy of their DD-214 into their files ahead of time. If they do not have that or cannot locate the copy, they can reach out to us and we can certainly help them complete the necessary document to get that DD-214 to the family and in their hands. This is also how we can also make sure that the veteran is qualified should you choose to use a national cemetery, and help you make sure that your spouse receives the benefits that they are due because of your service. Doing this ahead of time is another loving gift to the family who will not have to be searching through papers on an already terrible day.
Now, Julian, we understand that coming to talk to us might seem scary. Most of us are uncomfortable talking about death, and especially our own death. That's a very normal response. Here's what I can assure your listeners. We will not pressure you to make any decisions before you are ready. We are here to serve you and make sure you understand your benefits. I can also promise you that when you are ready, you will probably feel a sense of relief that you have a plan in place and you won't have to think about it again. In fact, most families tell us that it was a much more enjoyable experience than they ever anticipated, even some describing it as fun. You see, even though we're talking about something that is so serious, when we are purely planning ahead for a future need, it really becomes a conversation about protecting the people that we love rather than our death. Making ourselves uncomfortable for a short period of time for the people that mean the most to us is certainly something that most of us would be willing to do.
So if you listeners there, just come and see us. We'll provide you with a free book. It's the Veterans Planning Guide. It'll answer all your questions and make a new friend in them as well. And we're here to help you in any way that we can.
Wow. That is a lot of information. And folks, we want to share with you. We'll be right back, but before we go, we want to make sure we announce, okay, where Dignity has their locations and everything. And please come right back right after the commercial because we're going to have a lot more information about that. Okay? We'll be right back.
OurSeniors.org is the nonprofit 501c3 part of the Our Seniors organization. In 2021, OurSeniors.org was recognized by the Volusia-Flagler County SCORE organization as the Nonprofit Client of the Year. Our vision is to provide immediate and continuing care and comfort to isolated seniors in need of human contact. Help us keep all of our resources like OurSeniors.net magazine, Our Seniors discounts, and Our Seniors Radio free for seniors by visiting OurSeniors.org.
Hey, welcome back, everyone. Thank you for joining us at Our Seniors Radio, okay? And again, we've had the honor and privilege of having the team from Dignity Memorial be here with us. They're still here. We still have a little bit more information for you. But please, take this number down and you can get more information on our website, etc., or visit dignitymemorial.com. But the Volusia Memorial Funeral Home and Volusia Memorial Park can be contacted at 386-703-3673. Again, 386-703-3673. And then Volusia Memorial Funeral Home, 386-854-3799, 386-854-3799, and then Craig Flagler Palms Funeral Home and Flagler Memorial Gardens, 386-854-3565, okay? And please, Anne and Sal, tell us a little bit more about the locations, a little history behind them, how long has it been around, etc. Go ahead.
Okay, Julian. So Craig Flagler Palms Funeral Home has been serving the Flagler County area for over 100 years. And recently, we've just gone through a major renovation of the facilities. So at your listeners to stay tuned for more information. We'll be having a re-grand opening somewhere around mid-January where we'll invite the public in to tour the new facilities. It's been totally renovated. It's modern, updated. We've added a new outdoor area so families can have an outdoor covered service if they'd like to do that. We've also just expanded our cemetery just to the south of the location. And this was a 6.25 acres that we are developing. We've just developed 2 of those acres. It is all for in-ground burial. We also have private estates there, and we also have a freestanding columbarium for urns as well. And Craig Flagler Palms Memorial Gardens is located in Flagler Beach at 511 Old Kings Road South. It's just off State Road 100. It's right next to the Old Kings Elementary School. And the Memorial Park there is the only privately owned perpetual care cemetery in Flagler County for the residents of Flagler County. And also some of our residents of Volusia County do come up and have their loved ones interred with us there as well. So once again, I would remind you listeners to stay tuned. Check the OurSeniors website. Check our website about the re-grand opening sometime in mid-January for the Craig Flagler Palms Funeral Home and Memorial Gardens. And then in Volusia, we have our Volusia Memorial Funeral Home in Port Orange. And a lot of folks know where that is. We always say, yes, we're right behind the Home Depot. So that's where everybody kind of recognizes where we are. That's at 4815 Clyde Morris Boulevard. That's one of our standalone funeral homes, one of our newer ones, very modern as well, large facilities and ample parking there as well. And then our third facility in Ormond Beach, Volusia Memorial Funeral Home and the Memorial Park, they are both on the same grounds. So if families wish to use our funeral home and our cemetery, it's all within a short distance, all there at the same location. And that's at 548 North Nova Road. And at that location, too, our cemetery, we offer veterans burial. We have above-ground mausoleums there as well for families, cremation gardens as well in that area. And that location's been there, I believe it was the mid-'70s or so that location's been there serving the Ormond Beach families.
So some of the events that we have by the time your listeners hear this program will have passed, but because we do them every year to honor our families, we did want to share those with you. So we've just gone through our tree lighting and candle lighting ceremonies for honoring those who've lost loved ones. We have that every year at Craig Flagler, the first Sunday of December. At Volusia and Ormond Beach, we have started that this year. It was last Friday, which would have been the 8th of December. We're still deciding if we'll keep that on Friday nights moving forward. But after taking a few years off during COVID, we have brought that service back. The public comes out. They thank us immensely for doing those services. There's some tears, there's some laughter, but it's just a really nice way to honor those that we've lost. And the holidays can be an especially hard time for families who are missing their loved ones. So it's a way that we can minister to them. They get to place a special ornament on the Christmas tree to honor their loved ones. They can personalize that. They can take that home or leave that in our care, and we'll put that up each year. So it's our way to give back. We also do participate in the Wreaths Across America. By the time your listeners hear that, wreaths will be placed on all of our veteran graves in our cemeteries to honor them. This is a national program. We'll do a service with them on Saturday, and we'll do that mid-December every single year to honor our veterans. So if you come out anytime the remainder of December into January, you will see a wreath on those graves to honor those veterans. We also offer life story celebrations, and this is a really unique way to honor a life well lived. So we have a designer that works with us and with the family's objects and objects that the design team has. They will create a one-of-a-kind, unique venue to celebrate your life. For our veterans, that's an especially beautiful service to honor their branch, the flag, the other things that were important to their life and their family that they loved. So lots of things going on, Julian, and I'll turn it back to you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Please, folks, if you get a chance, keep an eye and pre-plan and join us on March 27th at Red Robin at the Pavilion, where Anne will be the guest speaker, and she will have a lot more information, okay? Stay tuned. By the time you hear this show, the new magazine will be out, and be on the lookout for the winter edition 2024. And again, Give us a call if you'd like to get a copy, 386-516-3969. Thank you so much.
Thanks for listening to Our Seniors Radio. Don't forget to check out OurSeniors.net magazine and tune in every Saturday at 8 a.m. on WNDB. Help support the nonprofit, which is OurSeniors.org, or call 800-647-0868.